Hi, hello, assalamualaikum. Okay, this is the muscular system part 2. So this part 2, I will explain to you about the sliding model of contraction, okay, the muscle contraction theory. Okay. So this part 2, I'm only explaining about, sliding filament model of contraction only. Okay, sliding filament model of contraction means when the thin filaments, the actin are pulled towards the sarcomere centers by cross bridge. For example, here, okay, this is sarcomere example, right? So the thin filaments pull towards. Remember, at the center of the sarcomere here, we have the headline. Okay, so when it pulls towards the center of the sarcomere, alright, hence the muscle shorten. Okay, this is sliding filament model of contraction. So it has four phase. Okay, part pasal. Right, the first one is rest. During rest, the uncharged ATP cross bridge extended. Okay, that means the sarcomere is extended. No ATP. Actin and myosin uncoupled. Okay, there are no cross bridge between actin and myosin. Okay, calcium ion stored in SR. Remember the function of SR. Alright, here this is the example of the sarcomere here. This is sarcomere, one sarcomere. This is fully relaxed sarcomere of the muscle fiber. So no cross bridge happens. Okay. Now this is the example of fully contracted sarcomere. From here, you can see this is the line, the original line here, it becomes shorter to here. Same goes with this line, it becomes shorter to this line. That means the actin here is pull the sarcomere toward the center. Okay. Now the second phase is excitation coupling. Okay, the muscle um, must be excited to couple with the actin and myosin. Between actin and myosin, they has to be excited. Okay. So nerve impulse generated. Okay, we need an electrical impulse. Calcium ion released from the vesicle. Vesicle means the SR. Calcium ion saturates troponins. Calcium ion will combine with the troponins, so it will turning on the actin active site. Okay. ATP cross bridge charge, actin and myosin coupled. Okay. The third phase is contraction. So when the ATP being produced, it produces the energy. Okay, so the energy swivels cross bridge. So every cross bridge happens, there is an ATP, and the muscle becomes shorter. Okay, tension develops, so you will feel the tension. Okay, when you do something activity repeatedly, at the end of the activity, you will feel fatigue and also tension. Tension does not mean you feel stressed. It means you feel a little bit tired because of the activity repeatedly. Okay. And the fourth phase is recharging. The ATP will be resynthesized. Okay. Ectomyosin dissociates, and then again actin-myosin will recycle. And then the last phase is relaxation. So yeah, there are five phases. Relaxation, the nerve impulse ceases. Okay, ceases means no nerve impulse coming. calcium ion calcium ion will be removed. Calcium ion removed by calcium pump, and the muscle returns to resting state. Okay, here you may see the figure here. Okay, when the action potential arrive at the axon terminal, this is axon terminal. Okay, I hope you still remember. The voltage gated calcium ion channel open, okay, open, and calcium ion enters the axon terminal. Okay, right at here, the local depolarization. Depolarization means generation of the end plate. End plate means at the end of the muscle, we call as end plate. Potential on the sarcolemma. Sarcolemma is the outer layer of the muscle. Okay, so the depolarization has the wave. Okay, it coming from here to here. Okay, and the generation and propagation of the action potential begins. Okay. Okay, you may see the wave of the depolarization. Okay, plus the sign plus here comes from the sodium. Na plus is sodium. So sodium coming into the muscle part, into our muscle, and then our muscle becomes more positive. Okay, that is what we call as depolarization. So action potential happens. Okay. And then repolarization, when our muscle have too many positive sign, okay, plus signs, so the potassium here will go out. Okay, will go out. Alright, so depolarization due to sodium entry. Because of the sodium is has a positive sign. Okay, because of the sodium enter the muscle, it become depolarization. So when depolarization happens, the sodium channel close, potassium channel open. So when potassium channel open, potassium will exit or exit from the muscle. So this process we call as repolarization. Okay. Until it become a threshold here negative 55. Okay, this is positive, this is positive. Now when repolarization happens, it will go down until negative 55. Okay, so the potassium channels close. Yeah. Now I will start at the action potential begins at the sarcolemma and down into the T tubule. So when the action potential down at the T tubules here, the calcium ion at the SR will be released. Okay, the red dot here is the calcium ion. Now the calcium, after calcium has been released, the calcium will bind to troponin, the yellow here at the actin, and it removes the blocking action of tropomyosin. Okay, the orange line is the tropomyosin, which is now blocking the actin active site. So it cannot so the actin myosin cannot couple. So when the calcium ion comes in, bind with the troponin, it will remove the orange line here. Okay, see here, it removed the actin active site. So now the actin active site can couple or combine with the myosin, and now the contraction begins. Okay, we see a bigger picture here. Step 1 in excitation coupling. Excitation coupling, when the action potential is propagated along the sarcolemma and down into the T tubule, so it may cause the calcium ion to be released. Okay, ion release, and then after the calcium ion release, it will bind with the calcium binds to troponin here, okay, troponin, and remove the blocking action of the tropomyosin. So the active sites, okay, the active site exposed and ready for myosin binding. And now after the myosin and actin bind together, the contraction begins. We call as myosin cross bridge. Okay. All right. Now the cross bridge formation. Okay. Myosin cross bridge will produce ATP. Okay. Each cross bridge will produce 1 mole of ATP. Okay. One power working stroke produce ATP. It moves. See, if the myosin at the right side here, it will go towards the center here. If the myosin at the left side here, also it will move towards the center. That's why our muscle becomes shortened. Okay, after it uncoupled with the actin, okay, cross bridge detachment, okay, ATP also removed. And again, if the myosin heads wants to bind with the actin, it needs the ATP hydrolysis. It needs back the ATP. So each time for myosin cross bridge, it needs ATP. Needs energy lah. Okay. This is the cycle of the cross bridge formation, starting at the myosin cross bridge. Take filament into thin filaments, okay, and starting the power stroke, which produce the ATP, and then it cross bridge detachment, and then it will attach again, produce ATP. So this cycle will be repeated. Okay, one contraction, it involves many cycle of this cross bridge formation. Okay, this is all for part 2 about the sliding modern filament of contraction. Thank you.